Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Tonight we're back here with Death Battle. Tonight's battle is a battle of East meets West with Hercules taking on Sun Wukong. Yep, the legendary Greek warrior taking on the Monkey King from Journey to the West. This actually could be a fun battle. So, without further ado, be sure to like, subscribe for more. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get this battle underway. See who wins. Let's rock and roll.
Hercules, the god of strength.
Sun Wukong, the Monkey King.
Myth has many heroes, but few overcome their past to become legendary.
And maybe inspire some comics and anime to boot. He's
Amen.
Flash and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
Death battle. First up, we're heading to the West with
He's the man,
Hercules.
the myth, the legend. He's Hercules.
Stories of Hercules exist in many
Or
iterations,
Heracles
but
in
we
the
examine
Greek
the
mythology.
earliest known accounts, the legend of Heracles.
No Disney Zero to Hero, just the classic Greek myth. And like most ancient Greek stories, it began with Zeus being a total creep.
The god of thunder.
Yeah,
declares
that dude
fate
cannot
with
keep
a
that
princess
thunder
by
down under,
disguising
if you know what I mean.
himself as her husband.
Oh, what the
As a
hell,
goose.
man?
And thus a demigod was born, who was named Alcaeus.
But Hera was pretty pissed Zeus had cheated on her yet again, so Alcaeus' human parents renamed him in her honor. Yep, Heracles.
Are you sure that's a
means
good idea?
Glory to Hera. Too bad she had already made up her mind though, and that kid was gonna pay.
The child would need some
Yeah,
way to
Hercules
survive
or
Hera's
Hera is a
So the
spiteful
goddess of
wife
heroes
for a
carried
reason.
out a plan that was frankly insane. Athena tricked Hera into nursing the baby Heracles, and her milk gave him supernatural strength unbound, even beyond many of the gods themselves.
So strong
How?
that he hurt her and caused her to spray milk all over the place like a boob sprinkler, which in turn created the galaxy. Yep, that's why we call it the Milky Way. Oh god, I'm never eating one of those candy bars again.
With his god.
Okay. Gotta ask, like, where do myths come up with this shit? Like, seriously. The Milky Way was forged from Hera's breast milk? Who comes up with this? Like, you sometimes have to wonder what these, like, myth makers are thinking in their head. They're like, okay, how fucked up can we make these, like, stories? You know? Like, I know, like, some Greek stories are, like, have a lesson in there, you know, the folly of pride and all that, being honored, you know what I mean, right? But here, no, just basically Hercules made Hera's breast milk make the Milky Way. Huh? You gotta wonder how they come up with this stuff. You gotta wonder. Okay, let's see what else Hercules does.
Like power, Heracles became a fierce warrior trained by the finest instructors in all of Greece. Unfortunately, he wasn't without problems. While he was a natural at boxing, wrestling, fencing, and so much more, he struggled in the arts.
He even had a fit and accidentally killed his music teacher.
Little did Heracles know this was a sign of the tragedy to come. Many years later, as his name
Yeah, he
became
cannot
synonymous
reign
with
his
the term
temper.
hero, he murdered his wife, Princess Megara, and their sons.
Yeah, Hera had magically
Whoops.
driven him into a kill frenzy rage, but
Thanks
that's
a lot,
an excuse for
Hera.
Herc. His guilt was there.
Desperate
Mean
to
bitch.
atone, he sought guidance from the Oracle of Delphi and learned his path to redemption. He would
His
submit
cousin.
himself to King Eurystheus and perform for him 10 grueling labors.
The guy was
But
a
he added
D-bag,
2
but
more,
Herc
so make
did
it
what
12.
He had to, and through his struggles, built a killer arsenal.
For his first labor, he was tasked with slaying a lion whose hide could not be pierced by any blade.
So
Oh,
Herc
so
just
he-
beat the lion to death with his bare hands and took the pelt as armor for himself.
Yeah,
He
use his
defeated
claw
a
to
flock of metal, man-eating birds with cortalas so loud no living thing could bear the noise. He
Ouch.
battled a multi-headed hydra, cauterizing its necks after each decapitation so the heads would not grow back.
A lot of sliced off heads meant a lot of blood spilled.
I think he had some
and
help.
Hydra blood is extra poisonous. Even gods fear it. So Herc dipped his arrows in the stuff for later use. Like when he used them to take out centaurs, titans, and even the sun.
Sort of. The details of this myth differ, but in some versions, Heracles was so fed up with the desert heat, he fired an arrow at the sun, the physical embodiment of the god Helios.
I guess that's one way to cool off. Take that, global warming!
To reach the sun, his arrow would have to fly 90 times faster than light. The maximum draw weight
Well,
of a
remember, I
bow
think
is
they were
about
shooting at the
40
gods,
pounds,
so it was
shooting
like
an arrow 300 feet per second. Shooting one faster than light would require strength incomprehensible to mortals such as us.
Anyway, Herc completed his labors, but the king was a sore loser and axed 2 of them for cheating. Because Herc was a lot more clever than he expected.
Heracles received 2
Oh yeah, he got
tasks,
like,
one of which required he retrieve the golden apples of Hesperides, which ironically originally belonged to Hera. As part of his plan, Heracles would temporarily take on the role of the Titan Atlas as bearer of the heavens.
That sounds exhausting.
More than you think, dummy. While modern art often portrays Atlas carrying a globe, the Greeks perceived his burden as a celestial sphere. This would mean Heracles supported the weight of not just the Earth, but the whole universe.
Like, I'm holding up this entire show.
The common view of the time was that the universe was endless. Even chaos, the primordial origin of everything, was boundless. Meaning, Heracles held up the weight of conceptual infinity.
Luckily, Herc's got one hell of a drive to persevere and to make amends. Like when he met King Admetus, he got to party it up and was too drunk to realize the king was in a really bad state because his wife had just died.
Reminds me of someone.
Can't imagine who. Well, Herc felt bad, so he decided to make it up to his bro by literally beating up the god of death until he returned Admetus' wife. And that's true best friend material.
Thanks, Hercules.
Heracles frequently surprised others with his wit, particularly with finding solutions hidden in plain sight. For example, when he wrestled Antaeus, a giant who was invincible so long as his feet were on the ground, Heracles simply picked him up and strangled him in the air.
Even giants and the god of death couldn't end his story. Instead, he was tricked into putting on a shirt covered in that Hydra blood, and it totally screwed him up. What a BS way to go.
From a jaded ex-lover?
Also a testament to how a contest of power could not defeat him. Racked with unbearable pain and burning at a pyre, Heracles called to the deities who had watched his story unfold. And so, as his mortal form returned to ash, Heracles ascended to Mount Olympus,
where he was welcomed as the god of strength. Even Hera lightened up.
His life may have been one of strife and struggle, but on that day, all the world was left in awe of the legend of Heracles.
Yeah, Hercules is definitely the first person you think of when you think of a Greek hero. You know, it's definitely a gateway there, huh? The gateway hero to Greek and Roman mythology. I mean, think about it. When you hear Greek and Roman, you know Hercules. Well, there's the Greek. Now, let's check out the Monkey King, Sun Wukong. Let's go.
There once was a mighty monkey warrior, born of a mystic stone from the energy of the sun and moon. Upon birth, he graciously bowed to the cardinal directions and
shot lasers from his eyes. Strap in, folks. This one's a doozy.
This monkey soon befriended a band of other primates and rather narcissistically named himself their handsome Monkey King.
But after a few centuries
Grace
of
age equal to heaven,
he got a taste of the dreaded midlife crisis.
You see, the Monkey King was fierce and brave, yet he feared death. So he ventured to new lands in search of immortality.
Turns out he'd find a lot of it.
Training under the Taoist master Puti, he earned his first method
also,
of
there's a Monkey King
and
live action?
He would be the monkey awakened to the void, spoken as Sun
Wukong.
He also learned a bunch of magic. He can ride clouds, make thousands of clones, heal from fatal wounds like decapitation, and transform into basically anything. A bird, some vapor, a pitchfork, even an incredible fighting temple.
With his famous cloud somersault, he could traverse the world at incredibly high speed. At first, a single somersault could carry him 108,000 li, li being a traditional Chinese unit equal to about 500 meters, making one somersault move 54,000 kilometers per second. Fast enough to circle the entire Earth in one leap.
And he'd only get faster from there. Monkey would do whatever it took to prove he was the best of the best.
When fighting the mighty deity Prince Nocha, his foe transformed into a more powerful visage with 3 heads and 6 arms.
But Sun was like, hey, I can do that too, and then did just that.
Sun Wukong eventually returned to his simian subjects, and with his newfound power, amassed a veritable army. However, he felt no weapon in their arsenal suited him.
So he barged into the Dragon King's palace and demanded he hand over a weapon worthy of a king who could match the power of heaven. Yeah, Sun was pretty full of himself, but he wound up
I mean, to be fair, he did do a lot. Like, yeah, we out with the gods, you know, pretty much tricked death to make him immortal, because, you know, took his name out of the book. Yeah, basically, there's a death warrant for anyone, you know, about to die. So, Wukong basically went to hell, got captured, asked to see the book, and found his name. Whoop, 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 and basically rubbed out any name that also belonged to his buddies. So, they were immortal, too. Yeah. Basically, Wukong, hard to kill. Very hard to kill. Anyway.
Taking a pillar originally designed to measure the depths of the ocean.
What seemed like a worthless rod to the Dragon King was actually the perfect weapon for Wukong. Weighing nearly 8 tons, the Rui Jingu Bang can change size at his whim. It can shrink to the size of a needle or grow long enough to pierce the heavens.
The same heavens that got Brady mad with Sun after he crossed his name out of the Ledger of Death, making himself double immortal. Wait, how does that work?
And even more mad when he demanded to be formally acknowledged as the great sage equal to heaven.
Okay, we've got a headstrong goofball who quickly masters new powers and wants a fancy title. This is just shown in anime.
Now,
pretty much,
King may have lashed
was the
out,
originator.
but it was because when he requested a place in heaven, a place he truly believed he deserved, the Jade Emperor's court reduced him to a stable.
Protector of the horses.
Beneath all his antics, what Sun wanted most was to prove himself.
Even with all the shenanigans, the Jade Emperor remained cautious and willing to placate Wukong.
By making him the watchdog of the Garden of Immortal Peaches. He totally ate that shit, didn't he, Wiz?
Oh,
yep.
Yeah, Wukong got
and Lao Tzu's pills.
Peaches, ran around the Jade Palace in a fit and found 5 gourds of immortality pills, which he promptly swallowed. All of them.
Okay, so that
Yeah, every single pill.
How many layers of immortality now?
I'd say a few hundred, thousand, if you
millions.
count each individual peach and pill. When he sobered up, he knew he was in serious trouble.
Shit.
So, naturally, he prepared for war.
Wow, that escalated quickly. What are they gonna do?
I mean, he knew what the Jade Emperor was gonna
So
do.
the Monkey King proved too strong for heaven. He battled all their best fighters and even matched Erlong Shan blow for blow in an epic battle of transformations. He's that guy with the third eye.
And heaven's greatest holy warrior. Yet no matter Erlong's form, Wukong always had a counter. Until Lao Tzu threw in a convenient plot MacGuffin that captured the monkey. But even with Wukong in chains, heaven had a problem.
He just wouldn't die. Lightning, fire, even Lao Tzu's de-immortalizing furnace just made the monkey stronger.
Now, Wukong is not invincible. He has been hurt by the scorpion demoness's poison, which could even harm the Buddha, an awakened divine being liberated from the cycle of life and death entirely. Now tell me, how painful is that?
Pain is all in the mind, and I am absent of mind. Oh, God. Oh,
okay, never mind. There it goes.
It's really, really, really bad. Oh, God, make it stop.
I hope he got an anti-poison there.
But even after all that, Sun had one more challenger to contend with. The Buddha himself.
Buddha approached Wukong with a contest. Leap out of his hand, and he could have the Jade Emperor's throne for himself.
Having no impulse control, the monkey agreed, and in an instant somersaulted to the very edge of heaven.
But he had already lost. Because Buddha achieved nirvana, he transcended the world, literally holding all of existence. So even at the edge of the universe, Wukong technically never left his hand.
For his rebellion, Sun was put in timeout, sealed under a mountain for 500 years.
But even Sun Wukong would find a chance at redemption. In his case, he was tasked with escorting and protecting a monk, Tansong Zong, or Tripitaka, on a journey to the west.
With additional companions, Pigsy and Sandy, the trip was a tough one, and Monkey abandoned it more than once. But through it all, he always returned to shine as the group's powerhouse, saving Tripitaka's life many, many times. Seriously, this guy could not stay out of trouble. It's like Wiz at a blind date.
Wukong has cracked apart mountains, slayed hundreds of monsters, and survived the Yellow Wind Demon storm that could destroy the universe. As in heaven, earth, the 18 layers of hell, and more.
That's cool and all, Wiz, but let's answer the real question. Can he beat Goku?
Maybe. During his journey, Wukong performed possibly his most legendary feat, holding up Mount Sumeru, which, in traditional Mahayana Buddhism, is a mountain supporting the infinite cosmic sky.
And Sun just hauled it around on one shoulder. Just one, because on his other shoulder was a whole other mountain.
After 14 years of travel, the journey was complete, and Wukong had finally accomplished a truly great deed. For this, he was given his long-awaited place among the heavens.
As the victorious fighting Buddha.
Nice.
It's gotta be an anime.
After so much time as a rebel, an outcast, and a truly unstoppable warrior, Sun Wukong had, at last, found his home.
Yeah, I mean, he just wanted recognition. Which, I mean, considering his feats, I can't blame him. I'd probably give him, like, be able to recognize him too, but nope. No, anyway, this is gonna be a tough fight. Who do you think's gonna win? God of Strength or the Fighting Buddha? Shall we find out? Let's get this fight underway.
Our tale begins atop a great mountain where the mighty Hercules sought a
Here.
gift from the gods.
Oh, and there's
there.
Wukong.
I'm in need
Nope.
of that apple. Relinquish it.
Sorry, I'm supposed to find my master some vegetarian food.
You'll find it elsewhere.
Here you go.
Hercules was not so easily fooled.
Yeah, of course. Yahoo!
King's strike rang
Fight!
true, but he'd not so easily overwhelm the god of strength.
Turn the voiceover. I can actually have Monkey King laugh a lot. Oh, there goes the sword. Whoa!
I'm Hercules!
Going up. Oh. Yeesh. Whoa. Heads up. Woo! Get him, guys! And the shape shifted.
Die, demon!
Agony! Agony!
Oh, there's the real one. Ay, oh. Oh boy. Hey, can we?
The Monkey
Thank
King
you.
fell into a strange forest,
Oh.
in awe at such a wondrous fight. But should he mistake his fear, he might lose his head.
Yeah, knowing him, we'll go right back.
I haven't had such fun since I fought all of heaven. Change!
Here we go.
The immortal Monkey King!
Multiple heads. Of course.
Yep, I mean, had the Hydra. Yep. Oh, there he is. Guess he had another clone there. Uh-oh. Ouch. Whoa, hold on.
You've had your fun, beast, but I've had enough!
Whoa! Oh!
In heavens above, the gods witnessed their earthbound selves, and so joined in battle. The
Hey,
god
really?
of strength mustered the hearts of Olympus, while the great sage harnessed power equal to heaven. Thus,
And the final blow.
the Monkey King emerged victorious!
Oh! Damn.
Wow, would you look at that? I struck him so hard he was reduced to nothingness.
Pretty much.
With a formidable foe
right,
slain,
see you, Wukong.
stricken against the mountain's breast. So ends our great tale of East and West.
Rest in peace, Hercules. Just got overpowered.
Talk about a Herculean matchup.
Heracles was among the greatest heroes in myth, but the great sage equal to heaven held many more advantages.
You'd think Sun might not measure up to the god of strength, strength, but he totally
Yeah, about
could.
that.
Remember,
See?
he carried Sumeru on his back, the mountain
On
holding
shoulder.
up the infinite celestial sky, like how Heracles held up the infinite celestial sphere.
As befitting
Yeah, a
heroes
lot longer
of
too, I
myth,
think.
They were on par in that they were both incomprehensibly strong. However, Wukong's healing abilities meant he could bounce back from Heracles' deadliest blows, whereas Heracles did not have a similar
Oh,
option.
yeah.
But
he died
Heracles
from
did
poison.
have one way of putting the Monkey King down. His
Oh, yeah.
arrows
The
dipped
Hy-
in Hydra poison.
The Hydra poison threatened even the gods of Olympus, similar to the Scorpion sting. Whether or not it would be fatal is questionable, but it could have incapacitated Wukong similar to how it affected Hercules himself.
But that is one very specific win condition, and we're looking at this with every possible option in mind.
With his variety of clones, transformations, and numerous other spells, Wukong's arsenal was far more versatile.
Like, there was nothing stopping him from making thousands of clones of himself and just sitting back while they beat up Herc for him. Unsportsmanlike? Sure. In character?
But again,
absolutely.
Monkey King.
Even then,
Tricky as a monkey.
arrows would have to actually strike Wukong, which would be extremely difficult. Yes, in some depictions, Heracles could potentially shoot the son of Helios, his arrows flying 90 times the speed of light. However, in his contest with the Buddha, Wukong leapt to the edge of the universe in a single second. To do so, he had to be moving over 1.4 quintillion times faster than light,
making him way faster than Herc could ever hope to be.
Heracles held might of mythic proportions, but barring a lucky shot, Sun Wukong's versatile magic, similar strength, and absolutely absurd speed overcame this foe. Fitting for heaven's equal.
When fighting Sun Wukong, Heracles missed his chance.
The winner is the Monkey
Sun
King,
Wukong.
Sun Wukong.
Well, there you go. The Monkey King himself takes the victory. Which, you gotta admit, should have seen coming. Come on, dude. He had a lot more options than just Hydra Arrow, which Sun Wukong probably just taught. Like, you done? Okay, you're dead. Well, there you go. Let me know what you guys think of the battle. Till next time, like, subscribe for more. See ya.